Squad. Squad. Cash flow, RNC. Cash flow, RNC. Cash flow, RNC. Cash flow, RNC.
How about that dollar,
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 flow,
RNC.
RNC.
Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I'm a big deal. You other dudes are small time. I'm about my racks, I'm about my stacks, yes, I'm about mine. You suckers ain't getting none. You suckers just better run. See my money wait a time. My team already won. Get up out my way and delay. See, we don't play, we scared it straight. Cause you know we stay that paper chase. Stack dollars till the sky is great. Those haters hate. We fly to 8. Go around my waist. Cause we so great. Waiting for my fall. You gonna wait a while. Be the king of the game. And that ghetto strong style. Say you waiting for my fall. You gonna wait a while. Be the king of the game. And that ghetto strong style. How about that dollar, 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 dollar? 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 Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I'm filthy rich. Ooh, I love this money. I could probably buy you out or pay some.
Y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know the vibes, baby. It's your boy, the WildKat, J. Troy. You know, I had to come in. You know, that is like my unofficial, until the, you know, I get a real theme song. That's my boy, Cash Flow, Kim Broadway, man. That's his theme that he comes out to. House of Glory. I support my boys. Shout out to Kim Broadway. Shout out to Matt Travis. R.I.P. to my guy, man. I told you I will make sure your legacy lives forever, man. As long as I'm alive, Matt Travis will live forever. Murder by Kicks, Cash Flow. You already know the vibes, man. But we got a lot, okay? We got a lot to discuss today because, you know, it's Royal Rumble week. There's a big weekend ahead. We got 2 events with NXT UK versus NXT, and then we have the Royal Rumble event. There's surprises, people who's going to be returning, debuts, all that stuff is in the back of our minds, and we're wondering who exactly is going to come back, who's going to return. I'm going to get more in depth with the Royal Rumble and Worlds Collide after the first break, and I want to jump into AEW fans. So I like to start the show with AEW just to get, you know, my AEW talk out the way, because I don't want people to tune in and be like, hey, that guy don't talk about AEW. Yes, I pay attention to the product. I know exactly who's on AEW. And I'm trying to slowly but surely become a fan of AEW again. Because in the beginning, like I said, the product was good. Like first 3-4 weeks, they was great. But before and after Survivor Series, I feel like NXT turned it up. And they've been kicking their ass every single week. So there's this one thing that's been going around, right? That's kind of annoying me, and it just lets me know the immaturity of pro wrestling fans at times, specifically the AEW fans. You know, us WWE fans, we can be a little immature at times, but AEW, I feel like y'all can be so juvenile at times. Juvenile. Because I see, you know, I take the subway, you know, my commutes from the city to Brooklyn or whatever. I live in Queens, so, you know, I use the subway system. I saw the NXT posters in the subway, right? And I seen a few of them. I seen Rhea Ripley. I think I seen Bianca Belair. Like I seen a couple of them posters, right? So I go on my IG. I thought they was badass posters too. But anyway, I go on IG and I see these posters defaced with AEW is elite. People are going around spray painting. Okay, I don't get this with wrestling fans, right? If you're I'm gonna use that loosely. If you're a real wrestling fan, you wouldn't be going after the product so hard. Look, yeah, I'm hard on AEW, but I want them to get better. I'm not gonna like downplay them as a company. I would want them to get better. I'm not gonna disrespect an AEW product, a truck or a poster by spray painting with NXT. We are NXT. As pro wrestling fans, I'm the pro wrestling fan that enjoys all types of wrestling. WWE, NXT, which is WWE, AEW, Impact every once in a while. Tune into ROH, New Japan. Sometimes I tune into NWA whenever I get a chance because there's way too much wrestling now. That's my opinion. But anyway, go back to the important situation. These posters have been defaced. And what is that going to prove? What is that supposed to say? How cool you are? Hey, I spray painted. What are you trying to be, Hulk Hogan, NWO? It's not cool. It's immature as hell. And you know, it goes even deeper than that because somebody who put that poster up in the empty, I don't know how that works. The people that put up the posters, but I'm quite sure it took that person some time to take the old poster out and put the new poster in. And for you to just deface that is disrespectful to not only to the wrestling fan, but the person who took their time out their day doing their goddamn job and putting it up there so you can be cool. Talking about a product. And these are the delusional AEW fans that think that everything that AEW doing is right. Hell no. Y'all still got some ways to go because y'all still haven't recovered from Survivor Series, in my opinion. I was just seeing that and I was just like, yo, the immaturity of AEW fans is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You don't see WWE fans going to AEW stuff and typing "We are NXT." Yo, y'all AEW fans, and it started. I just feel like it all started from the Young Bucks because they are, to me, they're good wrestlers. They're not better than my family, them Thug, Uzo, Jimmy Thug, UJ Thug, Uzi. Good tag team. I think they're a little overrated in my opinion. Okay, because I think they're spot monkeys. But the immaturity from the Young Bucks and all the fans that are fans of the Elite and all that stuff it's ridiculous. So that is my mini rant on that particular thing. We got a lot more stuff to go into, and I want to talk about this Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. The first championships to change hands in AEW was the tag team championship. They defeated SCU on the latest Dynamite episode, and I think this is good. Okay, Kenny Omega gets his first championship in AEW, but I think this is a long-term thing so they can plant the seeds for the Kenny Omega Hangman Page feud. They started to tease the seeds a few weeks ago, and they was trying to rush a Hangman Page heel turn, which I think was a little too early. You gotta let the fans get in. They gotta connect more with Hangman Page because I didn't really watch Hangman like that, so it's like I'm still getting used to Hangman Page. I think he's a decent talent. I think he has a great look to him. The whole cowboy stuff, yeah. But I'm still getting to know Hangman Page. I'm more familiar with Kenny Omega. But them two becoming tag team champions is kind of interesting. I wonder how long the title reign is going to go, but I do believe the minute that they lose those championships is when this rivalry between Hangman Page and Kenny Omega is going to really kick off. And Hangman's going to do the change. They did the tapings on the cruise, the Jericho cruise, which is great. A whole bunch of legends. Booker T, I see out there. MVP. I don't know if Jerry the King went, but there was so many wrestling legends out there. I'm trying to get on that Jericho cruise one year. Maybe next year I can hop on that Jericho cruise. It looks like the place to be if you're a wrestling fan. Like, it just, Jericho comes out, he performs with Fozzy, and like, Jericho did a great idea with this whole cruise thing, man. So hopefully the third year, I'll be on there, because I definitely want to take that cruise with Jericho and the wrestling fans. Another person I want to talk about, and they get compared a lot. MJF, Baron Corbin. Who is the better heel? You have MJF, who's the pure heel. Like, you'll never see this guy out of character. And you catch him in the street, he's a heel. See him on TV, he's a heel. Baron Corbin, he's a heel on TV, he's a dick. Nobody likes him. In my opinion, and this is gonna turn a lot of people's heads. They're gonna be like, oh, you said that? Yes, I'm gonna say this. MJF, I feel, since he commits to his character 24/7, I would say MJF is the better heel. Wrestling wise, I'm going with Baron Corbin because nobody seems to give Baron Corbin the respect that he deserves as a wrestler. Baron Corbin has never hurt anybody in the ring. When was the last time you heard somebody being hurt by Baron Corbin? You ain't gonna find that. He's a safe worker. He does his job. He annoys the hell out of everybody. And he does it great. He's a dick. He's a good dick. He's a good dick. Just like The Miz. He's a good dick. Like MJF, he's on a different level when it comes to that. But Baron Corbin, I feel like he's the better wrestler. MJF still has ways to go inside the ring, but as a character, the committing that he does to the character, I love it. I love when wrestlers commit to their character 24/7. When you catch them in the supermarket, you catch them in the parking lot. They're in character. I love that. Lacey Evans, she got stopped by the police and was still in character. That's when I started to love Lacey Evans. When I saw that video, she getting pulled over by the cops now, she'd probably be like, hey, I'm just going to stay in character for this. But it just gave us the illusion that she's still in character outside of the WWE arena. Like, those are the people that I love. Those, and that's the old school wrestling fan in me, because back in the day, you never saw Stone Cold out of character. You never saw The Rock out of character. You never saw a Triple H. Hell, even The Undertaker, when he wasn't full on a dead man, he still had a bit of a gimmick going on. Vader, Big Man Vader. You will never catch Vader out of character back in the day. Hulk Hogan was always Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair, he was always Ric Flair. And these days, people are so... social media is a blessing and a curse. And Total Divas is one of the issues that I had. Because even though the first couple seasons I did watch, I'm not gonna front, I did watch. It did expose the business a little bit, and showed I think too much behind the scenes. Now a lot of that stuff is kind of staged for the drama of the show, but I feel like it exposed the business in a way that I just didn't like. I just don't watch Total Divas no more. But I just love it when you find those characters that the people today that still commit to their characters. Like, the old school fan in me just loves that. I just feel like kayfabe has been broken way too much these days, man. I just need the people to go back to the days that if I catch MJF in the supermarket, I want him to brush me off. I want him to call me a dick. Get out of here. Get out of my face. I'm gonna say I love this guy. He's awesome. He's in character. But yeah. So that's not comparison when it comes to MJF and Baron Corbin. Something I want to touch on for a while, because a lot of people always compare them as far as heel. MJF's the better heel character. Baron Corbin's the better wrestler. Move on to NXT. NXT has been doing phenomenal each and every week. Like, NXT has been bringing it, man. And like I said, after Survivor Series, they found that formula. And they just been doing nothing but kicking ass every freaking week. It's been good. Like, the shows just get better and better. And the wrestlers, they're going out there and they're performing as though this is their last ever wrestling match. The women, the men, like, they're putting it all out there. Like, to me, it just seems like every NXT show is always like a go-home show. NXT, whenever they have go-home shows, they deliver. Now, the main roster, that's a different story. But NXT, they always bring it. They always make you feel invested on tuning into the next week. Raw and SmackDown, yeah. We tune in from habit and hope. Okay, because we used to watching Raw and SmackDown, and we just hope every week that it's gonna be good. That's why we tune in. But NXT just been bringing it every week. The Dusty Classic. Now, AEW, to me, they have been doing the whole tag team thing way too much, and the matches has just been it's just, I don't really like the only time I really like a tag team match is when my boys Private Party, they get on there and they just tear it up, because I love Private Party. I've been a fan of them ever since House of Glory. Hell, we went to wrestling school together. And I know that those boys are fantastic in the ring, man. Like, and they can only get better, and they're so young. But other than the Private Party matches and the the LAX matches, I call them LAX, Santina and Ortiz. Santana. I said Santina. Wow, Santana and Ortiz. Other than those matches, like, I can't really get into the other teams like that. Dark Order, hell no. But the Dusty Classic, man, you got the Broserweights. You have Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne just tearing it up every week, and they're gonna win this Dusty Classic. They're gonna go against the GYVs, the Grizzly Young Veterans, next week in the finals, and it's gonna be one hell of a match. They're gonna put it all out there. The Grizzly Young Veterans, I feel like they're gonna put on a strong showing, but the Broserweights, man, they can't beat Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. It's gonna be a physical match. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in for that. But Broserweights gotta win. They gotta win so they can be the ones to dethrone Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly for those tag team titles. Yeah, so that's what I think. Dusty Classic. Keith Lee captures the North American Championship. Now, I was excited because I do believe I spoke about this last week about Keith Lee. Before he leaves NXT, he needed to be a champion. And that's what happened. One of my wishes came true because Keith Lee is that guy. He's that talent that you should build up organically. You should slowly build them. And these past few weeks before, after Survivor Series, Keith Lee has just been getting built so beautifully. This slow build. I love slow builds to a wrestler because when they finally reach the top of the food chain, it's a wonderful feeling. Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Batista, John Cena. All these people was like organically like they wasn't just thrusted into that main event scene. They had to build. They had to grind. And that's what made it so much better when they finally captured those world championships. Keith Lee can be that next great story, man. And he's a brother too. Okay? And he's a brother. And Vince McMahon loves him, which is great. So hopefully when he comes to the main roster, Keith Lee shines and he becomes a world champion. I do want to see Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar. I do want to see it. I want to see it because that's going to be two big behemoths just going at it. And I love when you have the two big behemoths just going at it like trucks. I love those matches. So hopefully Keith Lee gets the right treatment when he gets moved up. Another thing I want to touch base on is the WWE changed the names of the UK Championship. It was the WWE UK title. They changed it to the NXT UK title. Okay, I have no problem with that because NXT UK is called NXT UK, so it's fitting that you call that the NXT UK Championship. But here's the other thing that was kind of confusing to me. They took the women's name. They took women's out of the women's championship, so it was called the NXT Women's Championship. Now they took women out, so it's just called the NXT Championship. We have two NXT championships now. We got the men and then we have the women. To me, I think that's kind of confusing as hell. I like when something is gender specific. I know we live in a different day and age now where it's just like they try to put everything together. But I like it when you have people in their own different categories. I don't know if this was because of the move with Tessa Blanchard, her becoming world champion of Impact Wrestling. But this was kind of weird timing, though. But I don't know how I feel about this too much. I like when things is real specific because I don't like the blurring of the lines. I like when, you have your women's division, you have your men's division, and that's it. I like that. So that whole name thing, maybe it'll grow on me as the time goes on. But, yeah. Also, if you want to call in, I do this every week. We always get like 20 minutes in and I forget to say the number. 347-422-7289. There we go. 347-422-7289. That's how you say it right there.
Holla, WildKat.
That's how you say it right there.
I'm telling you.
So, Monday night, I do that every week. I always forget to say the number in the beginning. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy become the tag team champions 6 days before the pay-per-view. Why? WWE has a habit, and this is This really grinds my gears. This really grinds my gears because why? The pay-per-view, it's not like this is 2 or 3 weeks away from the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is 6 days away. Why are you dropping the titles 6 days before the pay-per-view? And usually they do this to have a rematch at the pay-per-view where the champions usually retain. Why do WWE? I can't stand that. I really can't stand that. It's just like, what is that? What is that going to do? And I'm not even a fan of Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy becoming champions. They have the AOP, who's a legit tag team under this faction, and they don't become the champions. What are they going to be using a Freebird rule, where it's like 2 people out of the whole group can defend the championships? Is the entire group the champions, or is it just Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy? Can somebody please tell me that? Because this doesn't make sense when you have AOP, a legit badass tag team, in this faction, and you give it to the 2 single stars. WWE, what was you thinking? No. I guess this is supposed to eventually give Seth Rollins Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy a match between Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe for the tag team titles. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe they're gonna build towards WrestleMania. I don't know. But them becoming WWE tag team champions now, 6 days before a pay-per-view. You couldn't even wait 6 days. Why? 6 days before the pay-per-view, you're going to dethrone the Viking Raider, Time Machine, whatever the hell their name is, this week. Why? This is the stuff that really chaps my ass. What happened to legit #1 contenders? What happened to the days where you had that one person or that one team you build up for weeks, they gather wins week after week after week after week, and then they get in the title talks. What happened to those days? Back in the day, I was a fan of, like I said earlier, I was a fan of people when they was grown organically. I hate when people are just thrusted into title matches for no reason. They would have zero momentum. They would have no build or nothing. And WWE would do this so typical at times. They would, if a person not just thrusted into a match, they would either have a pointless battle royal out of nowhere. They would have all these people, and the person that has the least momentum would win. The least momentum. Or hell, this is another way you could get a title match in WWE. All you have to do is attack the champion. These days. Back in the day, you had to win matches. You had to win #1 contenders match. You had to win tournaments. You had to win all this stuff to get a title match. Now, all you have to do, like Umberto, is attack the champion, and you get a U.S. title shot. All you have to do. WWE just been, when stuff is just uncreatively just thrown out there, I'm just not a fan of that. You have to start building these people. This is why people can't get behind people the way that they used to anymore. Because I feel like people are not organically built. They're not organically built, and people just thrust it into these title matches with nobody really caring about them. We need legit #1 contenders. Legit #1 contenders. This is why I feel like Drew McIntyre, even though he's been picking up steam these last few weeks, he needs to be one of him and Aleister Black. My 2 picks for the Royal Rumble this year. Because they've been gathering steam. I'm more Drew than Aleister. I want Aleister to be built up a little bit more. But Drew is sitting right there. He's been getting built. Momentum. People's behind him. All that stuff, man. We need legit #1 contenders back, man. Make #1 contenders great again. Anyway, couple things before we go to the break, and then I come back and break down the whole Royal Rumble stuff. John Morrison looks impressive in his debut against Big E. And another thing, what the hell did Kofi Kingston do to his hair? Now me, I just had dreads, okay? I dyed my tips, thought they looked good for a while. I love when I dyed my hair. Kofi Kingston dyed all his dreads blonde. You look like a damn fool. You look like a fool. Kofi Kingston, in my opinion, my brother, okay, huge fan, but I'm not a fan of it. It just doesn't look right. You look like a mop, bro. You look like a mop, ramen noodles. Like, it don't look like, I don't think it look right. Yo, Kofi, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this. I need your hair to go back to how it was. But that was like something besides the point. John Morrison in his match against Big E. Like I said, John Morrison is too flashy to be a heel. He's too flashy. His moves are just beautiful. The parkour moving, the Starship Pain, the flipping, just diving out the ropes, all that stuff. The moves he came back, the parkour stuff, and I'm a huge parkour fan. The parkour stuff that he was doing on his way back is freaking beautiful. He is too flashy to be a heel. He needs to be a face. Going into WrestleMania, I do not want John Morrison to be a heel. He needs to be a face. But great debut. He needed to get that win. And Big E. Good showing for Big E as well, because I'm a huge fan of Big E and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and I think they are great wrestlers, and they can have a great singles run. But WWE and Vince McMahon is still hopped on this whole New Day thing that they won't give him a chance as single stars. Even when Kofi Kingston was WWE champion, and I loved his title run. That's an unpopular opinion because a lot of people complained about his title run, but I enjoyed Kofi Kingston's title run. He was still tied down to the New Day. He was still stuffing pancakes in his championship and throwing pancakes and carrying bootios and all that stuff. And he never got away from the New Day, even with him having the top title of the company. I gotta clear my throat for this. Because I'm talking about them Thug Uso, man. Them Thug Uso. Jimmy Thug, Uj Thug, Uj down since day one. That is me, baby. So, Jimmy Thug, Uj Thug, Uj, they get some momentum back. Okay? Much needed momentum. And they beat up the Revival. And then they helped Roman Reigns win. Okay, I was wrong with my prediction for last week. The whole Bobby Roman Reigns tables match. But I was right with one thing. I said last week, don't be surprised if WWE makes a 6-man tag match player for this week's main event of SmackDown. And sure enough, that is your main event. You got the Bloodlines, you got my family, them Thug Uso, Jimmy Thug, Uj Thug, Uso, my extended cousin, Roman Reigns. And then we have them going against the King, Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. Whoop-de-damn-do. I don't know how this match is going to end. It's probably going to end in no contest, to be honest. Don't be surprised if the match ends in a no contest, because I feel like neither Roman Reigns or Baron Corbin can afford a loss against each other. So I think this is going to end in some schmozzery. So don't be surprised if a chair comes into effect or they try to do dog food again. Don't be surprised about that, because WWE is so predictable. Oh, please, you know what? No, you know what? This is the go-home show before the Royal Rumble. WWE does it every year. Everybody in the roster from SmackDown is going to come down to the ring. It's just going to be this big old schmozzery. Everybody's going to come out, and then they're going to start eliminating everybody to just tease the Royal Rumble. Don't be surprised if that happens tonight. Who's going to be standing tall? Is it going to be Roman Reigns because he's supposed to be the favorite to win the match? Oh, God. No. Even though he's my extended cousin, we're not with that. We're not with that. Even though we know he's fighting a Fiend, that is not the way to go. So, with that being said, I'm going to go on a quick break. I'm about to play some heat, play one song. Then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to get into Worlds Collide and my favorite pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble. So, the WildKat Wrestling Wrap-Up will be back after the Beatdown Clan.
Down clan.
Yo, we back on a wild. Hold up. That's my boy Kenny. Shout out to Kenny.
That's that booty playing music.
Oh, welcome back to the WildKat Wrestling Wrap Up with your boy, the WildKat J. Troy, and two things before I get into Worlds Collide and the Royal Rumble. Shout out to DJ Sean Recognize, showing me some love, and of course, DJ Sable. You look good. I already know. To answer your question, they're not bringing back the Divas, okay? It's not happening, okay? Divas had a bad rep, and it was the bathroom break. We want the women, okay? We want the women, not the bathroom breaks. So we go into Worlds Collide. We have NXT UK versus NXT. So the superstars in NXT UK is going to defend their brand, and the regular NXT that lives in the United States is going to defend homeland over here. And we got some good matches. We got some good stuff. So I'm going to... Oh, the actual show is Saturday night. I do believe at 7 p.m. And we got some good matches. So the pre-show match is Mia Yim versus Kylie Ray, who I do believe is the NXT UK Women's Champion at the moment. I think Kylie Ray will be picking up the win. It's going to be a good match because you got two good wrestlers in Kylie Ray and Mia Yim. Mia Yim still needs to get that... She needs to... I feel like she's right there, but she's missing something. Like, we all know that she's a dope wrestler. She's a believable character, but she just... I don't know yet. There's something... I like Mia Yim, but I don't know. I don't want her to play the Cassius Ohno role, like the great wrestler that's just putting over people. But I do see Kaylee Ray defending the not defending, getting that title win. I keep saying title, getting the win. Move on to the next thing, which is the Cruiserweight Championship match. The champion Angel Garza versus Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Jordan Devlin versus Travis Banks. For this, I think Angel Garza's gonna retain the championship.
Be right here. You was not there.
I feel like this is gonna be a great match. Look out for my boy Isaiah Swerve Scott. That brother can go. He's a future Cruiserweight champion. I want to see Swerve versus Angel Garza one-on-one. One-on-one for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. That is a match that I want to see. I want to see... You know what? I want to see a triple threat. Triple threat between Angel Garza, Swerve, and Leo Rush. Take my freaking money. Well, they kind of do every month, $9.99. But take it again, because that match right there can be a match of the year candidate. Just for the... Y'all keep sleeping on these cruiserweights, man. They've been definitely pulling some weight. So, Angel Garza's going to get the win. DIY versus Mustache Mountain, which is going to be a great match. I'm going with DIY. DIY is definitely, like, they just got back together. So it's just like, why would they lose? It's Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Now, I do believe it's Trent Seven and, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Who's the little dude? Oh my God, I'm a fan. I like this guy too. Oh, this is going to kill me. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Oh my God, please forgive me. Why can't I? Okay, I'm wasting time. Anyway, Mustache Mountain versus DIY. I got DIY, okay? We have Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm. This is going to be a great match. Now, Toni Storm has had Rhea Ripley's number over the past couple years with, I don't know if she eliminated her in the Mae Young Classic, but I know they had a couple title matches for the NXT UK Women's Championship. Toni Storm was the one that defeated Rhea Ripley for the championship, and I do believe Rhea Ripley's gonna get the win back, and she's gonna finally get some momentum against Toni Storm. So I do see Rhea Ripley getting the W and retaining her championship. The Undisputed Era versus Imperium. This is going to be an interesting match. A lot of people is probably shooting for the Undisputed Era, but I think Imperium is going to get this win. I think what we're going to start seeing now is the cracks in the Undisputed Era, because we got what the Undisputed Era said that they was going to do. They was going to hold all the gold. They had the tag team titles. They had the NXT title. They had the North American Championship, which Roddy lost to Keith Lee this week on NXT. But I think right now we're about to start seeing the downfall a little bit of the Undisputed Era. That's just my opinion. It's early, but I think I don't want them to break up yet, because I do want them to come to the main roster. But I think you're gonna start seeing titles starting to change. Starting with Keith Lee taking the title. I think Tommaso Ciampa might be the one to take it off of Adam Cole, baby. And like I said earlier, the Broserweights I do see them taking the titles off of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. So that's my predictions for Worlds Collide. It should be a great show. Definitely going to be tuned in 7 p.m. on a WWE Network. And if you're free at home, you want to watch some good wrestling, definitely check out Worlds Collide. That is a talented card right there. Now, let's move on to the big enchilada, okay? The Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's this Sunday. This is my favorite pay-per-view of the entire year, and then the next one is WrestleMania. I love the Royal Rumble for the Royal Rumble match. Around this time, I go back, I rewatch all my favorite Royal Rumbles. I watched 2001, 2002, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. Hell, I just watched 2016. That Royal Rumble wasn't even that bad. That's when Roman Reigns defended the title. But this is how I get into the spirit of Royal Rumble season. I love this match because it's so much. They're unpredictable. You never know who's gonna come out. Like, you never know who's gonna debut. You never know what star can be made in this night. I love the Royal Rumble. And so let's move on to the first match that we got that's on the card. IC title. You got Shinsuke Nakamura versus the the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Okay. I see Braun Strowman getting the title. I think this is probably the only title that's going to change hands tonight. On Sunday. On Sunday. And I do believe Cesaro, I swear, next week, I really have to talk about Cesaro. I really have. This is a rant that's been building, and I have to let it out. Cesaro deserves better. But Cesaro and Sami Zayn, I do see them interfering in the match, and Braun Strowman taking them out and getting the upper hand on Nakamura and pinning Nakamura 1, 2, 3, and new IC champion. And this is his first singles titles run. I think when Braun Strowman becomes champion, this is going to lead between him and Sheamus. I want that match at WrestleMania, and then Sheamus finally gets that one championship that he's been waiting for. And when he gets that title, he becomes a Grand Slam champion. This is his number one target, that IC title. I want to see Braun, Sheamus, two big brutes that loves to fight going at it at WrestleMania. Sheamus versus Shorty G. Should I even get into this? Sheamus. We go to the next match. U.S. title. Andrade versus Humberto. Now, Humberto, who just got his title match. Okay, when they had a few weeks back, Andrade took out Humberto, DDT'd him on the concrete. Okay, took him out. What was that? Like a match to determine who was going to fight Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. It was something like along the lines, something like that. But anyway, he took him out a few weeks ago, and Humberto came back this week. What I said earlier. You beat up the champion, you get a title match. You don't have to win matches. Hell, did Humberto even have momentum before he got knocked out? I don't know. Humberto, great wrestler. This match is going to be great. Great match. I'm going to enjoy this. This is going to be like a good 10-minute match because Vince McMahon is going to only give him like 10 minutes. But it's going to be a good, fast-paced, high-flying match. You got two talented dudes. But Humberto, I don't see him getting this title. It's way too early, and I want Andrade to fight Aleister Black at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. That's the match that I want to see. Give Aleister Black his first single gold. I want Aleister Black to be built up organically, like him Like certain people, like the Keith Lees, like certain people, you just gotta build them up right, slow and steady. Like he has the momentum. He defeated some guy in under 5 seconds, and I think I'm giving him a few seconds. It was Bell, Black Mass, and that was it. The match was over. So, back to the predictions. Andrade defeating Humberto, retaining. Baron Corbin versus the big dog, Roman Reigns, in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And I would like to say, thank God this is not a loser eats dog food match. Because when I heard that, I was disgusted. It's just a Falls Count Anywhere match. I think that these two men, if they brawl around the arena, go into the concession stands. Let's go into the crowd. Let's go all over the arena. Hell, go into the parking lot. This is Falls Count Anywhere. Let this match finish on top of somebody's car. Let's go all out. Let's just do the whole thing. Let's go in the boiler room. I don't understand. Why don't people fight in the boiler room anymore? Take it to the boiler. Take it to the streets. The parking lot. Let's go. I think these two men can pull off a good match together, especially with these circumstances. They don't have to technically wrestle. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so they can go through tables, they can go through windows, they can go through doors, they can go through lockers, they can go through glass. Well, actually, we're getting a little too extreme, but they can go through a lot. And this should be the last match. The blow-off match, that's it. That's it. I want this rivalry between Roman Reigns and King Corbin to be done. This is it. I don't want to see this no more. I don't need this going into Elimination Chamber. I damn sure don't need this going. Well, I think Roman Reigns is going to be moved on to the Fiend by the time WrestleMania time because he's supposed to be fighting the Fiend. But, please, for God's sakes, no. Do not let this go past the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns wins, ends the thing. They're already tied 2-2 against each other. Roman Reigns get the last win, and that's it. The SmackDown Live Women's Championship, you got Bayley versus Lacey Evans. Now, I love Lacey Evans as a babyface. A lot of people's not really feeling Lacey Evans as a babyface, but I'm loving it. I'm a fan of Lacey Evans. She had to grow on me. Coming from last year when she came into the Royal Rumble, she was kind of green in there. But she got way better. She improved. She committed to a character. I feel like she really improved, and nobody really don't give Lacey Evans the credit that she deserves. I'm a Lacey Evans fan, but I do see Bayley retaining the championship. In this, I think Sasha Banks is going to come and either distract Lacey or cause the disqualification, and that's how this match is going to end. Asuka versus Becky too. Now, you remember last year we had the Royal Rumble. This time it was a different title. Last year it was the SmackDown Live Women's Championship on the line. Asuka as the champion and Becky Lynch trying to get the title back. Remember she lost at TLC in the ladder match. Asuka made Becky Lynch tap out. She didn't pass out. She tapped out. And that's been the one thorn in Becky Lynch's side. The fact that she defeated everybody. Hell, she even pinned Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. And I'll get to Ronda later. She defeated Ronda at WrestleMania. That was a botched ending. But anyway, she got the win. She defeated everybody except Asuka. This is the title match. This is the match in Becky Lynch's title reign that means the most. Becky Lynch gets her win back. I don't see Asuka become Asuka 2 belts. So this is going to be a great match. Physical match. It's gonna be. This match is gonna look close at times. I'm letting y'all know now. This is gonna be one of those close matches where y'all probably gonna think, is Asuka gonna get it? I already know. This is gonna be a great match, and the true winners of this is gonna be the fans. The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan in a strap match for the Universal Heavyweight Championship. I do see the Fiend retaining because you can't defeat the Fiend right now. I want the Fiend to go undefeated past WrestleMania. I want you to build the Fiend up. And we somehow get Aleister Black versus the Fiend. Some way or somehow. Maybe there's a draft later down the line and we get Aleister Black. But that's the person who needs to defeat the Fiend. Black Mass. Well, actually, it's going to take a lot of Black Masses. Because the Fiend doesn't sell a lot. But, yeah, that's the match I want to see. But I do believe this strap match is going to be physical. It's going to be good. Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. We did this before at the Royal Rumble in 2014? Either 2014? Yeah, I think that was, 2014. And it's going to be a great match, but the Fiend is going to retain. The Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, as of now, there's about like 4 people confirmed for this match. I do believe it's Charlotte Flair, Sarah Logan, Alexa Bliss, and I think it was Carmella. I think that was it. Other than that, I don't know who the hell is in this match. Oh wait, you know what? There's a rumor return for Nia Jax, and I feel like I feel like she's gonna return. She's been healthy for like the last couple months, and she's been ready to go. Another person that I see returning is one of my extended family members, Charin. I do see her returning. I can't wait. When the Feel the Glow music comes out, I'm marking the hell out. When I'm here, I'm amazing. She comes out the glow stuff, I am going nuts. That is family right there. So, when she comes back, I'm going crazy. And, please, for God's sakes, I do not want Shayna Baszler, because Shayna Baszler is the rumored winner. I do not want Shayna Baszler to win. Shayna Baszler, we just came off a year-plus title reign with her as NXT Women's Champion. I do not want her to go on to fight Becky Lynch at WrestleMania and defeat Becky Lynch and get the title. I don't want to go through another Shayna Baszler title reign. I'm sorry. She still has unfinished business with the person who I believe should win, and that's Ronda Bad Reputation Rousey. Ronda needs to come out as number 30, doing them shoulders that I love so much. She comes out, she's strutting, doing her arm movements and all that stuff. I need to see Ronda come out as number 30, please. Please. That is the moment I'm probably looking forward to. One of the moments I'm looking forward to the most in this entire pay-per-view. If Ronda Rousey come out as number 30, if number 30 hits and you hear Bad Reputation, she comes out, I'm going crazy. That's gonna be one of those old school Instagram videos that y'all used to see. Me going crazy. Ronda Rousey needs to become number 30, man. Number 30. And win the whole enchilada and go on to face Becky Lynch, and we finally get the one-on-one Becky Lynch versus Ronda title match, and that's how I want it. I do not want Shayna Baszler to win. She can debut in the Royal Rumble. She can have a great showing, but I do not want her winning because I don't want to go through another Shayna Baszler title reign. Like, I feel like it went too damn long, and it just stopped. Like, she just lost the belt to Rhea Ripley. So, if it's not Ronda, Sasha. But I think Sasha's. That means we have to have Bayley hold on to the title a little bit longer. But I don't know. I gotta think more on that one. But if it's not Ronda, I guess I'll go with Sasha and her fight Bayley. The men's Royal Rumble. Now, right as of now, the NXT debacle is still up in the air. There's 25 confirmed spots. I'm not going to read them all because I don't have that list. But all y'all need to know is the 25 spots is from Raw and SmackDown. There are 5 spots that's open, and 3 of those spots are supposed to go to surprises. So the surprises I've heard is Edge, John Cena, and hell, this is one I heard today, Santino Marella. Oh, Santino. The guy who was in the Royal Rumble match for only 1 second. He's coming back. I was a Santino guy. I actually had a Cobra. I had the Cobra. But a good little comedy spot. But if I want some NXT people in there, man. I need some more people from NXT. I need to see the Matt Riddle, Brock Lesnar stand-up, or Keith Lee, Brock Lesnar. Or hell, you could bring Finn back for a night. You could get Tommaso Ciampa in there. There's some people in NXT that you can bring, man, to this men's Royal Rumble that could be huge players. And I think they use a little too much from Raw and SmackDown. Like, no disrespect to Heavy Machinery, but I don't think that they should be in there. If they're gonna really bring back Santino Marella, or they're gonna have a Santino and Otis standoff, don't be surprised if that happened. If them two is actually in the match. But like I said before, people that I want to win is Drew or Aleister Black. If it's not Drew, I'm going for Aleister Black. If it's not Aleister Black, I'm going with Drew. But Drew is like my number 1 guy right now. Drew is just sitting right there in his lap. I want to see Drew versus Brock at WrestleMania. Somebody you building up. A babyface that people could get behind versus Brock Lesnar. And yeah, so that's your Royal Rumble predictions for this weekend. So we gotta let all of that play out. You gotta see what happens this weekend at the Royal Rumble. I'm excited. I'm excited because, like I said, this is my favorite pay-per-view out the entire year. And I got some few minutes left. I got some extra minutes left. So I want to talk about my favorite Rumble moments. Right? I got 3 right here written down. The first one I want to talk about. Ty Dillinger coming out as number 10 is still one of my favorite moments in Royal Rumble history because we lobbied. The fans, we lobbied on social media, and I was one of those people saying that, yo, we need to make Ty Dillinger number 10 because he was the perfect 10 in the Royal Rumble, and he was hot in NXT around that time. People wanted to see Ty Dillinger come out as number 10. So when number 9 was coming out, and we was waiting for 10, and they was counting down, and the fans was doing 10, 10, 10, 10, right? And then when they actually came out with Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10, as number 10, I went crazy, son. I was like, yo, they actually did it. And I still go crazy looking at it. Because Corey Graves, he kind of added to it, even though he used to trash Ty Dillinger a lot in NXT. But that moment, he was a Ty Dillinger fan. He was like, what? It's a perfect 10. The perfect 10 became the number 10 in the Royal Rumble, which is one of my favorite moments. Because of that feeling that I got, like, I almost jumped through the roof. I knew he wasn't going to win. But it's just the fact that we got Ty Dillinger at not only in the Rumble, but he got number 10. AJ Styles' debut. And I just watched this Royal Rumble, 2016 Royal Rumble when Roman Reigns defended the championship. There was rumored for weeks that AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson was signed with WWE, and it was rumored that AJ Styles was gonna be in the Royal Rumble. So, you know, with wrestling, you know, there's rumors. Rumors go around all the time, and usually stuff don't happen. But this night, I remember I was watching the Royal Rumble with my sister, and she was a Roman Reigns fan, and I was just on the lookout. Number 3 is that number. For some reason, they always pull out a surprise. Number 3. But I figured like AJ Styles, I figured he would be longer he would come out longer, like deeper into the Rumble. Number 3 comes out and it's AJ Styles. And I was he was my favorite wrestler outside of WWE. And I was a huge fan of him when he was in Impact. And AJ Styles was that guy. I had the gloves, all that stuff. When he came out as number 3, and after all the years of sacrifice and all the stuff that he did over the years of Japan, Impact, he finally made it to the WWE. I watched this man grow. He finally made it to the WWE. So proud AJ Styles fan, I was ready to jump through the ceiling. When he came out, I was just like, yo, wait a minute. That's AJ Styles for real? Like that AJ Styles. Yo, that moment, and like I watched it again and I got goosebumps watching it because it was just like that feeling came back when like he first made it to the WWE, man. All the sacrifice that this man has put on his body on the road, traveling from country to country, trying to get to WWE, and he finally made it in the Royal Rumble, number 3, and he had a great showing. And one of my favorite all-time moments. This is my all-time favorite moment. Maven eliminating the Undertaker at Royal Rumble 2002. Yeah, 2002 Royal Rumble. It's early in the Royal Rumble match. Undertaker comes out. He's throwing out everybody. I think he was beefing with the Hardy Boys around that time. And Undertaker's back was turned, and Maven did the drop kick, heard around the world. Drop kick. Undertaker falls over the top ropes. Jim Ross goes crazy. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Then Maven's in the ring, jumping, going crazy as though he won the damn Royal Rumble. And then he's on the ropes. Everybody's going crazy in the crowd. Just that whole whoop. Like Maven's going crazy. He's standing up on the top turnbuckle. He think he won this thing. Then he realized, oh, I just eliminated the Undertaker. Undertaker gets back in the ring, beats the holy hell out of him. This is one of those beatings that I remember watching as a kid and remember as an adult. He beat him all over the arena. He beat him all around the arena, hit him in the head with a steel chair, beat him, took him up into the concession stands, threw him into the hot dog and popcorn machine. He did all that stuff. Destroy Maven, and it was just such a great moment. Such a great moment. So those are like my favorite moments. And before I go, I want to talk about one of those moments that I hated the most. Roman Reigns coming out as number 30 in the 2017 Royal Rumble. That is a feeling I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Because everybody, and he, mind you, he had a world title match early in the night that he didn't get the championship because of Braun Strowman. But this man, well, Samoa Joe and Finn Balor at the time was rumored to make their big. Well, Samoa Joe was rumored to make his debut on the main roster, and Finn Balor was rumored to return to the main roster. And at the time, he was like, okay, number 30 is either one of them. So we get to number 30. Number 30, who is it? Joe, is it Finn? Is it Finn? Is it Joe? Is it Joe? Is it Finn? Is it Finn? Or is it Joe? As soon as number one goes off, and Roman Reigns comes out, that had to be one of the most crappiest feelings I've ever gotten watching wrestling. All our anticipation for number 30 and Roman Reigns and Michael Cole, oh my God, it's the big dog. And it's just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And this is around the time where I couldn't stand Roman Reigns. Yo, I wouldn't wish that feeling on my worst enemy because of how crappy I felt. I didn't want to watch the Rumble no more. And Randy Orton won that year. But it was just such a wasted spot. And then Samoa Joe debuts the next night. So they gave us a Samoan named Joe, but the wrong Samoan. So on that note, Royal Rumble this Sunday should be a great pay-per-view. Hopefully WWE does something right. I know Worlds Collide is definitely going to deliver. It's NXT. It's Triple H's brand. They are always going to deliver. Royal Rumble, you have a time to make. You have a show to make a star. You have so much just sitting on your lap. Great returns. You got Edge, John Cena, Ronda Rousey can return. You can make Drew McIntyre. It's a decent card on paper, but don't screw this up. So on that note, the WildKat, J. Troy, is out.
Don't forget the music. Yeah, we need some music before we go.
We need some music? Hold up. Prophet.
Yeah.
Hold up.
We need some music.
Okay, hold on.
Need some traveling music, please.
Need some traveling music?
I did this for all my fallen brothers and all my sisters who never made it to see each other. New generation of lost children to teach each other. Learn to be America's idol like Ruben studded. You got babies making babies, man, they see each other. Young fathers not ready, they never seen each other. Young mothers not ready, but they'll go breed another. I'm the voice of the young people beneath the clutter. Man, I kinda just started rhyming, but that's my calling. I'm like Houston and Harden, you could tell that I'm ballin'. If I end up in the bottom half, you know I'm sorry. I stand alone like a red rose up in the garden, thinking of different things in my life just to make it better. My mother's mother gave me blessings, man, I never met her. My man Q could finally move down to some Texas weather. He had to pull it together, had to do a semester. Had to do a semester. What else? And that go for Rob, he already know his job. Almost got it shaking one time, he was gloating hard. But if brothers never fight, then what's the point of friends? I mean, we always acting cordial till our purpose ends. My man Chris just had a son I seen a couple times. Baby Trav gon' grow up to be the biggest Don. And I don't wanna seem fake, but this is stuff that I hate. We've been cool since I was 8. I don't ever want me and Chris to become enemies. If loyalty debatable, then put an end to me. And I'ma do me, survive by any means. We ever needed to talk, then we were dead to beef. I got bigger fish to fry.